information can be relayed at instance to everyone, because this was triggered in our mind when we were doing our personal branding event that was hosted last is it last month, but one. Then we had members, we had attendees more than 100, and they were not able, all of them, to join because of the attendees limit that is put by Google Meet. And therefore, we saw it good and convenient for the association to have members access the information, the platform, the leaders, all of them at just a click of a button in their phone, in their laptop, so that we be all of us at the same page and we do not leave anybody behind. As we all know that MUSA is growing rapidly, and we also need to grow our minds rapidly to accommodate all who have joined us, and this has been facilitated by the leaders in place by having this platform. So encourage everyone, guide everyone, help your friends to be able to join this meeting. I am trying to help some, of course, on my end as well. So for those who are present here, please let's help one another to access this platform, so that we do an orientation of the platform, so that you do not get in here and you end up not asking a question or putting across your opinion, your substantial comment, just because you are not conversant to the platform. There are so many applications you can access from your end. So I was saying, we will have an but then I think we will be forced to remove you from the meeting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I was saying, we will do an orientation at exactly 7:15 for the members present, to facilitate them in having the meeting successful and doing something substantial and helpful in this platform, so that you do not leave with your question, with your comment, with your opinion, and we all of us move at the same pace, at the same direction, and with the same speed. Thank you so much, and see you at exactly 7:15. Is it 7:15 or 7:20? Let's make it 7:20 for us to be able to help our colleagues. Thank you. Okay, good evening once more. We are beginning our meeting in the next 2 minutes. And I can see so many people in the waiting. Mr. Mason, our Secretary General, can you hasten the process of approving them so that we can have them in the meeting, if possible? Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Sasa kurudi kukimbia mpaka kwa barabara hiyo ni pikipiki ya 70. Hata unajua sija reply imeingia tu hapa but alikuwa ameshinda kupiga.
Good evening, everyone, once more. Welcome to this MUSA General Meeting that is taking place at a time that so Mike, please make sure your mic is muted before you start a conversation of this meeting. Thank you. I was saying, welcome to this auspicious meeting that is happening at a time that MUSA is growing rapidly and experiencing, of course, the tides and the waves of a growing thing that can never exist. And this is a time for us to be resilient, sober, upright, and steadfast to steer the association towards the best direction that it needs to go for the growth, benefit, and unity of comrades. Secondly, I want to take you through the orientation of this platform so that you do not leave with your comment, opinion, or anything that you wish to put across. So I am now compelled to request everyone to check either at the top if you are using a PC, that is a personal computer, check at the top of your PC. If you are using a phone, check at the bottom of your phone. There is some 3 dots towards the end call sign, click those 3 dots. You will be able to see at the first ribbon, that is the chat. That one we will not use for today. You will be able to see a question and answer in your phone at the bottom, of course, after clicking those 3 dots. Then if you're using a PC, you will see at the top, of course, the orientation is different for each one. So I will request to start with the PC so that we do not confuse. Those who are using a PC, at the start, we have a chat. The second one is the people, that is the attendees. Then the third is the raise and sign or ribbon that you will click if you want to speak. You will click if you want to put across a comment. You will click if you have something to put. So as a way of testing, can I get some few clicks for the raise hand button? For those who have been able to follow through, a few clicks. I can see 2. Just few clicks, so that we can be together. Okay, I can see 3. Thank you. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Now you can lower those hands. And lower those. Thank you. At least now we are good. At the fourth position. At the fourth position, you will see a react button. If you click that react button, it has several reactions. That is either a thumbs up, a love, a clap, a laugh, or a wow. So you will be able to use those ones depending on your intention of expression. Then there is a view that you can use to change your view or okay. Thank you. I can see you are already with us and going at the speed that we are setting. Then on the fifth, on the sixth position, we have question and answer. At the question and answer, if you click, let's try clicking it. I'm facilitating this so that when we start the meeting, there's nobody who will be left out and there is no opinion that will be left out. When you click that question and answer, it is Q&A. It will give you an opportunity to ask a question. So you can put your question there or any opinion that you have, then click share or post. So for example, I can ask, let me check with you. Hello, you, then I click post. I hope everyone can see my hello at the question and answer. Can everyone see my hello?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now we proceed to more. At the more, you can record and transcribe if you do not understand English or you do not understand the language that we are using. You can record and transcribe. You can get the meeting info. You can get the background effects. If you are using a video and you would like to have a background effects, you can use that one. Then there's a language and speak. Then there is settings. So depending on your requirements, you will click anywhere. Oh, thank you. There's a question here. What is all about MUSA? Thank you. That will be answered along the way. I think now we have understood the question and answer. So it will be answered along the way. So there is at the immediate after more, there is a camera. there is a mic, and there is a share. Of course, those are familiar ribbons that we use on daily basis, of course, in Google Meet. And there's also the end call. If the meeting is over, you can click the leave meeting. Then I think that's all for this meeting. Then we go to those who are using phone, because you have been following through. I will just take you very fast. When you click the three dots close to the end call, you'll find the reactions, you'll find the chat, you'll find the people in attendance, you'll find the views, you'll find the meeting views, you'll find the question and answer. Now at the top-down spread description, there is a question and answer. There is a turn on live captions. There is a don't show chat bumbles and all that. So you can go through and use any at your convenience. Then on the other, there's a camera, there is a microphone, and there is a mic. There's a voice. That is, if you don't want to get disturbed, you can click the mic, not the mic really, but the speaker that is there. Then it will allow you to mute or mute the conversation from the group, from the meeting, and you'll be able to attend and participate fully. So having oriented you, I would like to give a few opportunities, just 3, to people who can check for us the microphone. Just click your microphone, raise up your hand first, then as I call you, you click your microphone, then we will start the meeting. Anybody who is willing to test the microphone? Okay, Evany, you can try to project your voice. Evany, I cannot hear you. Hello? Okay, Immaculate, you can unmute yourself and try project your voice.
Hello.
Ah, great. I can get you clear from this side. Vincent Kaloki.
Hello.
Ah, amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. What is wrong with you, Kevin?
Oh, kumbe umesikia sasa.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. That is well done. That is well done. Now to the meeting procedure and protocol. I will call upon the Secretary General, that is John Mason, to greet you and put forward the agenda of today's meeting, so that we can be at a very good position of having deliberations, and continue urging your friends who might need the information that is going to be relayed today to avoid being conned along the way by conmen who are just loitering around. Thank you. Mason.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mason Munyao John, and I'm the Secretary General, MUSA, a student at the University of Nairobi, 5th year doing electrical engineering. So just to read the order of day, this is an update meeting for comrades so that they may know what has been happening and where we are heading to. And the first agenda will be on MUSA Constitution. Then second agenda will be surrounding a MUSA bank account. The third agenda will be MUSA registration, and then another business that might arise from the comrades. So I would like to welcome you all to this forum, and also to encourage you. We have order in this meeting. Whenever you want to speak, let's use that Teams feature for raising a hand so that we may have order in this meeting. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, that's amazing, our SecGen. I have taken note of the following agendas. That is MUSA registration as one. Two, I've taken note of MUSA account. I hope it includes MUSA resources. Then three, I have taken note of MUSA constitution. Then four, we have any other business. All these agendas were developed anchoring our thoughts and our beliefs in whatever comrades were asking and wanting to know. And before we begin with this, I will request any person with an agenda that he or she feels that it needs to be discussed here to raise up the hand. I give you an opportunity. You just state the agenda as it has been done by Secretary General, and we proceed. Just raise up your hand in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Saram Beneka, welcome. Just click the unmute mic.
So thank you for this opportunity. So my agenda was just about the separation of power, that idea, how is it carried out in MUSA? How are the various leaders supposed to be carrying out their roles and stuff? Yeah, your separation of power. Am I clear or I should repeat myself?
Amazing, amazing. I have captured it as separation of powers in MUSA.
Thank you.
In MUSA, thank you. I will take only 3 questions. I will give the second opportunity to Imelda, who is joining as a guest. Imelda, I cannot hear you. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Thank you. That puts us on a very good front that we have set the agenda of the meeting. But before we go straight to the agenda, we have 5 agendas, of course, with the addition of the 5th agenda by Sarah Beneka. I would like to take you through what MUSA is first, because that is a question that was asked, and it's also good, especially when a meeting is a general meeting, we get to brief new members. I am also alive to the fact that we have new members who are joining us from the freshers team, which are joining different universities across the country. And it's also paramount that they get to know what MUSA is. First of all, MUSA is an association of university students, colleges, and TVETs who buy into the idea of unity, vision, and progress in the spirit of coming together or pulling efforts together to help one another, first of all, and two, to help the community, and three, to help themselves, because we begin by growing ourselves before growing others. And one great man once said, before you start to think of helping others, you grow yourself. So I will implore all of us to grow ourselves. So that is what MUSA is in a nutshell. And it's composed of university, college, and TVET students. Membership is as per the constitution, which you can access it through the website, that is the Makueni Comrades. Maybe you can write it somewhere, Makueni Comrades. That's our website that you can access or all our information, including the constitution. So for our new members, feel free to interact with the website and the constitution, together with our platforms in FB as Makueni University Student Association. Having said that one, allow me go straight now to our agenda, and I will seek your indulgence to begin with the agenda of MUSA registration. If there is no guidance from the SECGEN or members of the executive. But before I do that, I have noted that there are members of the executive and the MUSA assembly who are present, and I would like to give them an opportunity to greet you and give you a word before we deliberate on what we have prepared for you today. I will just call them by names, and if you is not familiar, it's good that you alert me through the raise hand option, so that I can just call you out and introduce yourself. In no order, I will call the leaders as they appear in my list. We have Immaculate Mumbua. You can greet us and tell us a word. That is the Vice Chair of Kibwezi East chapter. Those who come from Kibwezi East. Immaculate Mumbua.
Thank you, President Peter Mani. I'm Immaculate Mumbua Mwenyasia from Kibwezi East chapter, the Vice Chairperson, a student in the University of Nairobi. And I would say thanks for joining the meeting and hope your questions will be answered. Thank you. Over to you, Mani.
Sindio.
Peter Mani, are you there? Is Peter around?
He's around, but amejimute.
Okay, thank you for that note. I was requesting that Regina MUSA takes the floor and speaks to us. Just greet us and tell us a word before we begin the meeting.
Okay, thank you very much, Peter. Good evening, everyone. My name is Regina MUSA. I'm the Deputy President of MUSA. Welcome all for the dialogue. Actually, I'm traveling. I'm having network issues and hiccups, so I'm not quite sure meachia wapi, but I'm following. So feel welcomed all. Ask all the questions you have. We will answer them accordingly. Thank you.
Okay, that's amazing. Is there any other leader that I have left who is in this meeting? Kevin, you are in this meeting and I was not able to note you.
Ingekuwa kesi. Are you hearing me, guys?
Yes, very well.
So good evening all. Welcome to this meeting. I go by the name Kelvin or else Kefini. I'm the most noisy in the assembly. I'm in Kabrak University. So I'm also the SecGen Kaiti chapter. So guys, don't fear, usiogope kuuliza kitu. You'll get the right direction. Welcome.
Thank you. That's a very good address. Okay. Is there any other leader that I've left out? I think, okay. Yes. Yeah, Sharon Musyoka.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Sharon Musyoka from Boni chapter. I'm the treasurer. Yeah, I welcome you to this platform. Feel free to ask anything. Yeah, and I hope you will be answered well. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. That is the treasurer Boni chapter, where I come from and where I also pay my allegiance of origin. So is there any other leader that I have left out before I invite one of our alumni who is around? Any other? In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Samik and Disya, I will invite you as a special guest for us to just greet us and tell us a word before we begin. Because immediately after you will begin, we honor and respect the presence of you in this meeting. Samuel Ndesya? Samuel Ndesya, please unmute and greet us in 3, 2, and 1. Seems Samuel Ndesya is not able to speak right now, but whoever is able to reach him, tell him that whenever he is in a position, can raise his hand and this opportunity can be granted. Thank you so much. Now, we go to the first agenda of the meeting, and I had hinted earlier that we will start with the MUSA registration that we will be taken through by the Secretary General of the association. Of course, I will be able to help him where he is stuck, because the process is rigorous and time consuming, but we are almost done because that is something that we promised the constituents for them to trust in us. So welcome John Mason and take us through the registration of the association. Of course, feel free to throw any jargon to me whenever you are not sure.
Okay, thank you, Peter Mani, the chairman of this great organization that is MUSA. So my work here is very limited, and I want to confirm whether you can hear me clearly before I begin. Someone please to confirm, please.
Yes, we can hear you clearly, but we can get a member to confirm.
Let me call that one person. Hidden, can you hear me? Hidden. That guy from Kibwezi East.
Just continue. We can hear you, please.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your confirmation. One, about MUSA registration, it's something that has been done, that has been underway, not done, that has been underway. And it has been a matter of discussion by the MUSA Assembly. And it was one of our mandates we took after being sworn in. And I'll just update you guys with where we have reached as MUSA, and as much as registration is done. We started this registration of MUSA now. That is just immediately after being sworn in, as I will present just a receipt of payment just to show you where the registration began. And afterwards, we had MUSA Assembly to agree on the names that we would register MUSA under, because the format that we have as association, that is MUSA Makueni University Students Association, was not one of the formats being agreed by the Sharia House and Attorney General. So we had to discuss on what way we're going to register MUSA. For your information, since this association began, that is back 2016, it has never had a certificate. And after we joined, that is last year, December, after being sworn in, having been elected on September, within September, we decided we have this association to be legally registered under the office of Attorney General. So what I'm going to present right now is the receipt of payment of registration of MUSA as a society. MUSA can only be registered as a society or a CBO, but we opted to register MUSA as a society, since compared to CBO, it is kind of limited, and we opted to register MUSA as a society. So whatever I'm presenting right there, I think you guys can see my screen first. Can I get a confirmation, please? Anyone to confirm, please? Yes. These are receipts dated 6th December 2022. And I'll just take you through this receipt, because I've seen some arguments in WhatsApp platforms just to clear out some naivety, some lack of information, because I've listened and seen some texts, very funny texts, but I do not blame anyone. It's only that what I could see is that some of us have not interacted with the eCitizen, and it is my pleasure to take you through this receipt because it is publicly available as we were accounting for. Someone to mute Esther. Is it Mutua? Okay, Ethan. So this receipt is dated the 6th December. This is when we began the registration. And the display here, what we can see is, can someone confirm whether you can see my screen correctly? Someone, please.
Yes, please proceed. We can see you very well.
Thank you. So whatever you can see here, it is a ID that is for Peter Mwangangi, Peter Mani Mwangangi, and the email there. So those details are the holder of the eCitizen account that we are using to register MUSA. Obviously, while doing anything in eCitizen, you must have an account. You may choose to use any. If you continue misbehaving, I'll just eject you out of this meeting because we need to be very keen on time. So I'm just giving a notice for any interruptions that you are going to get, someone playing music. So this one, whatever you can see here, this is just the account, the eCitizen account holder details. For those who have interacted with eCitizen, they know in whatever situation that you make payment in eCitizen, these are system generated receipt, and whereby it captures the holder of the account. So this is a convenience fee, society registration service fee, 5,000 name search. That is 250, totaling to 5,300. So that is the cost of registering a society under the office of the Attorney General. And I didn't know that this process is going to take a long time since we started registration, that is December. We came at a point, we got a question of the name, whereby we called MUSA Assembly meeting. That is still last year. And we had to agree on the name that we're going to, we are going to submit to on the eCitizen under the Registrar of Society, so that it can facilitate our registration, because it was quoted, and also the eCitizen could not agree, could not allow us to continue registering MUSA as Makueni University students. There is a format which was given, and I want that the assembly so that we may proceed with the question of this great association. And the name that was submitted, I want to present something. I hope all of you have seen that receipt. I'll just go on and present something else. That is a name reservation that we got from the registration of MUSA. Okay, let me just act on that person, because we will not keep on repeating on the same thing. So I'll stop presenting this. I'll just go straight to the reservation of the name that we did as MUSA Assembly. Okay. Just a minute, please. I'll stop sharing that, and I will present another window. That is the name that was proposed. I hope you guys can see whatever I'm presenting. Confirmation, please.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Given that we couldn't register MUSA as Makueni University Students Association, the Assembly agreed that we register our association as the Association of University, College, and TVET Students, Makueni County. This is the format which could be agreed by the system, that is e-citizen, so that we may continue with our registration. This is the name search and reservation that we did, and we got dated on 22nd December. I didn't know that this process would take that long, because if I can report to you guys up to now, that is August of 13th, we do not have a certificate as at now, but we are at the final stages of getting a certificate, whereby after getting a certificate, we'll have to get another. Please, the person who is playing the music background, please mute. This is the name reservation that we have as the association, and afterwards, we agreed as the assembly that I will swear an affidavit to show that the name that has been registered under MUSA and the MUSA now itself, it is one and the same thing, so that we may continue operating legally. So with that, I would like to welcome any question regarding that registration, so that I may clear out the doubt or any rumor or anything that you might have had. Anyway, so you can use your raise hand button so that I may come to you, and then we may proceed. Anyone with a question, please? I'm going to pick a question regarding MUSA registration. And obviously, once the certificate is out, we'll do an update, because we are at the final stages of getting the registration. After we are at the final stages of registering MUSA, and very soon, because we are at the final stages, very soon we're going to get a certificate, and once the certificate is out, we'll make sure that the public knows, which will be also presented publicly in such a forum, so that you may all see, and we may mark this milestone, given that this association has been there since 2016 up to this moment, has never been registered. But this regime will make sure that this association will have a certificate from this time onwards. So can I get a question? Anyone? You can raise your hand. Any question, please?
Yes. I have a question.
Yes, your name, please. I want to capture, because I'm the one also writing these minutes.
You can just capture DM.
That is Dominic Mole. Wewe tulikuwa Makueni Boys pamoja na kusikia. Thank you. Come up.
Listen.
Yes, me.
Will I be given permission to talk, or will I be kicked out of the meeting?
No, you cannot be kicked out of the meeting. This is an open forum for comrades, and already you have the permission. I'm waiting for any question regarding registration, so that we may continue. If you have another regarding something else, you'll be given a chance towards the end of the meeting. I'm only asking on registration.
Hello. Yes, I have a question about the registration.
Thank you.
And about the bank account.
Okay, you'll ask for registration, then bank account.
Yes.
Another presentation. Thereafter, you'll ask.
Okay, about the registration.
Yes.
The reason why MUSA was not allowed to use the name MUSA was actually because there's another the association was already registered, and some people made away with the certificate. There are some people who ran away with the certificate. So it would be very wise to give all the details to the members so that they can know that there is already an association and there is already a certificate issued out with the name MUSA. And that the office of the registrar of societies could not hand out that name because it cannot register two associations with the same name. Yes, that was just my little piece of cake. Asante sana.
Okay, thank you, Dominic Mule. That is Dominic Mule, one of MUSA leaders, Secretary General Makueni chapter, and I'm happy that you have attended this meeting. I can count meetings that you have attended, and this one they are amounting to 3. And thank you for showing up, and for that particular assembly for registration of MUSA. I bet you are not there. But anyway, thank you for your sentiment. I thought it was a question, but it's a good update. But for your information, after doing the name search, Dominic, this is for your own consumption. After doing a name search, it was the issue of format. If you do a good research and also a close follow-up about what had happened before, I can tell you that MUSA has never been registered as a society before, and that is something I can assure you. I've done research before as we were doing the registration. So it is good to be on the same page and also to be a very responsible leader, so that may be very keen and whatever happens in the MUSA assembly, because this meeting is meant for people. It's meant for the leaders to account and give update to the comrades, what they sent them to the assembly to do. And to clear any doubts,
hello,
just a little bit, just to clear any doubts. After doing name search, even you can go and do something to do with registration of society. You'll find that e-citizen does not cannot even allow or accept the format of any university association. That is the reason we started with the name I've just quoted. That is the Association of University, College, and TVET students, Makueni County. So that is the only format, or any other association. You can also inquire from our sister associations which are registered, and you'll get enough information. Things to do with lack of information, it might be very dangerous. So I encourage you, my friend and Ali, so that you may do a proper research on it. So I can get your question again. You have a reaction, please? Dominic.
Hello, I was unmuted. I was muted.
Okay, yes. You can speak.
I would like to point out that I have been a member of MUSA for a very long time. I joined MUSA in 2019. And at that time, we had a registered. We had a registered association. And if you remember the time,
do you have a certificate? Do you have a certificate you can present to this forum? Because I've never seen anyone, any of the certificates. Because you must have a proof of that.
There. And if you remember when
even a soft copy
during the chaos of Professor Mutisia, the other group went with the certificate, and members know that, and it's proof. The members already know that, and they have the brand of MUSA. And we are working on retrieving that certificate as we speak. I've gotten in contact with the guys who have it, and they have no problem releasing it. It's just that they wanted to blackmail us into offering them some amount of money, but we'll get in touch with them. Tuone venye tunaweza ongea. Hatuwezi kosana, but wanataka pesa. That's the deal with them. But we'll talk with them. The certificate is there. I can show as well, and you know it. You also know it, but you want you want to lead people astray. You also know it, Mason. And najua.
Okay, thank you, Dominic. I think. Are you done?
You pointed out we are
you
the
done?
same school. Of course, I'm done.
Okay, thank you. You can mute your mic. Thank you, Dominic. I'll move the next person in line. I can see there is. You can lower your hand. You can lower your hand, Dominic, so that I can see the next person, so that I may not skip anyone. Yes, Sarah. After Sarah, we do.
Yeah. So can you hear me, everyone?
Yes.
So my question was about the registering of the association, that is MUSA. Like, some people can just wake up and decide to register any kind of association, maybe a circle, an NGO, a community organization, or anything of that kind. So what are the benefits of registering MUSA as an association? Will it have a long-lasting benefit for the students which are yet to become comrades? Like, kuna benefits zipi that we should expect? Like, mseme that tukishafanya registration, the association registration, we are going to have these benefits and these advantages for the current wa MUSA comrades and the coming comrades wa the future. Like, na pia kama kuna benefits, like mtuelezee kwa the leaders na kwa the comrades, like the government and the one that have been ruled. Sasa wenye wananchi sasa. Something of that kind.
That is a very good question. It will be a pleasure if I will respond to you. And I'll go next to Stephanie. Can I get your question? Sarah, I'll respond to you. Stephanie, please.
Are you getting me? Yeah. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Mine is just to somehow answer Dominic. With the little experience I have about registration of societies and circles, I don't think you can register the same circle twice. I mean, you cannot go back to the registrar of circles and societies.
That's true. That's why we were not allowed to use the name MUSA again. You are right. You are right. Completely right.
So I don't get you say that we have a certificate, yet the registrar was handed over the constitution of MUSA and accepted to proceed with the process to a point that we can search our name in the e-citizen. Okay, Mason.
Okay.
I'm through.
Okay, thank you.
Mason, before you proceed,
yes,
allow me just give some guidance for us so that we do not waste a lot of time or spend a lot of time here. It's already 8, and I will request that, because there's a question that has been asked and it's already beyond where you have reached. It is my request that you present first on MUSA registration up to the end. Then you ask questions, so that you do not get questions which are beyond where you have reached, while the answers are still there.
Just a moment. There is something I'm saying. A moment, please.
Ni mimi siwasikii ama?
Okay. Can someone confirm whether you can see my screen kindly?
Am I allowed to speak?
Can someone confirm, please?
Quiet.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Can you
So,
allow me to speak?
Just hold on. Just hold on. I finished. Also, get questions also. I've seen some documents which are not presented here. And, they are good. And also, we'll answer Sarah's question, so that we may just continue to progress well. So whatever you can see there, it is the constitution that was shared by the now registrar of societies. And first, it shows the name of the society, that is the Association of Makueni, the Association of University College, and that is Makueni County. That is the name that has been referred now to the MUSA. The object, that is the objectives. One, it is non-political and non-profit making. As a society will form branches, and the answer will be no. There will be no branches of this association. Mentorship for universities, colleges, secondary and primary students, leadership trainings for the youth. I hope we are on the same page. Mnaona what I'm presenting?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We have mitigation of global warming through tree planting and markets cleaning, and then F will be promoting talents. This is just a guideline from now the registrar of societies that we got after the name reservation. We have a membership. Any students in different universities in the country and abroad over the age of 18 years shall be eligible for membership of the society and shall, subject to approval of the committee, become a member on payment of entrance fee of 200. Every member shall pay a monthly subscription of 50, not later than the 15th. This is a document from the registrar regarding on membership. Also, it is guiding on the office bearers. That is the chairman, vice chairman, secretary general, assistant secretary general, treasurer. I'll be quick, because if I read all these documents, we'll take the entire time, so that we may not spend much time on it. And then down there, we have office bearers. We have duties of the office bearers. That's the chairman with their roles. Assistant, we have secgen, assistant secgen. We have the committees. These are just a booklet regarding how this society should be run and conducted. And it shows also the procedure of at meetings, trustees, auditor, funds and branches. Given that the objectives, it has said that this society shall not have branches. Let me read this one. Branches of the society may be formed with the approval of the committees. So this one, given that they've said that this society shall not have branches, however, they can be formed with the approval of committee and registrar of societies. So whenever we will need to form any branch, we'll just get back to the registrar of societies so that we may adopt. And we have the amendments of the constitution, which is also guiding on the amendments of the constitution, the one that we have now as the site, as the association, that is MUSA. Yeah, it is also guiding on dissolution of office. We have inspection of accounts and list of members. We shall be liable and accountable actually every year. Okay, let me just read the statement under here. The books of account and all documents relating thereto and list of members of the society shall be available for inspection at the registered office of the society. So inspection will be done to this society annually. Yes, and that is the end of the constitution supplied to us by the registrar of societies. Then I'll just go ahead and present. We have a salient letter, and that will answer question by Sarah regarding this society or this association. Let me just present it. Let me present it just a minute. Let me check the forms that we have. Form A. I'll present all the forms that I have up to where we have reached under the registration of MUSA.
I beg to disrupt, please.
Who is that?
This is Maden. I beg to disrupt, please.
Okay, go on.
Okay, comrades, my name is Kafilas Magendo. I'm former MUSA alumni or former MUSA finance director. It's something you have heard about. There's a lot of noise from someone's background.
Yes.
Okay, there's still a question about registration, and I'm pleased that Mane has gave you the correct information. One, it's close to impossible to register something called MUSA. Okay, someone was saying that there's a name registered, a name by MUSA. I don't know what she meant by MUSA, because MUSA may mean Makueni University Student Association. It may also mean Mutisia University Association. So I don't know what the reference is making. But it's true that it's close to impossible to register MUSA or Makueni University students as an association. Because one, for it to be registered as an association, there's a lot of protocol to be followed. One, you have to get a certificate of no objection from the authorities from Makueni, and this thing, you know, there is a lot of political interest. So that puts the process into a rock hand. Another thing is that previously, as Mane has told you, we were accused of snatching a certificate from the other bullies who are keeping this organization to hostage. We are trying to sell fear to them so that they don't intimidate us, they don't snatch the rights of comrades or derive comrades of their rights to be associated with the MUSA. So to be clear, there's no certificate for Makueni University Students Association, but there's a certificate for something different. So for you, you are free. You can go ahead and register Makueni University Students Association. But my proposal is this: we don't have to register a name Makueni University Student Association, because that they limits other students like the TVETs and these other college students, because they are not captured in this name. So it's my proposal that to sit down and come up with a different name that will incorporate all students, including those who are in primary and secondary, because they are part of MUSA, because that's our target population when we are doing this mentorship. That's my proposal. Another thing, don't be scared. I've had the other group, I was in their meeting to listen and try to find out what the issue is. I can tell you without no fear that these are the people who are pushing this division or getting that part of Musa uh, are people who have no interest for their comrades, or they don't have something to lose. The likes of Kisoi, the likes of this boy was using a lot of abusive language, especially towards the current Musa president. You go ahead and do what is right, and that's what will define you as a youth. And there's no other day or there's no other period you'll be a youth apart from today, and do what is right. And I'm where I am today because I stood for the truth. I was beaten. I was my character was brought down. My reputation was sabotaged. I was even beaten to a point of going for an OB. So be ready to bear the burden of shaping this association. And we understand that there's another part that worked out of Musa, and that's the team that I was leading. I'm willing and I'm ready to unite you and to unite the two groups so that we leave those bullies, especially from Kibwez West, to go ahead, do their things without disrupting us. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Okay, thank you Madendo Junior, and I didn't know sikuwa nimeangalia jina yako. I've just noticed that you are part of the alumni regimes that have served before us, and
Yeah,
thank you for clarifying that on about certificate on Musa. And my friend here, that is Dominic Moll, has been living with rumors, but this meeting was here to clarify on rumors. We differentiate them from the rumors and the facts. So as it stands, Musa has no certificate after registration. So that one, after it comes, shall be presented publicly. And allow me to continue with my presentation. That is and for registration or exemption from registration of society, this is also like a form that was issued by the registrar of societies, obviously downloadable through eCitizen. So this one is guiding on the registration under the association. It must be over 18 years. Then we have the titles of the officers, blah blah blah. Then the other document that I have here is let me check. I think, yeah, constitution for the society. I've presented that one. We have a receipt. This one had already presented for the payment of the registration. Name reservation and research. This one I presented also. And yeah, this is the constitution also. And the other one, this was what? Sorry. So I've also presented this one for application for registration or exemption from registration. The only question that I've not answered is from Sarah, which I'm going to pick it directly. So the benefits of this registration, I'll just stop presenting. The benefits that will come from legalizing this association will be one. So one will be very one. It will allow the leaders to be very liable and responsible for all members of MUSA. That is, we shall keep register of all its members and shall cause to be entered therein in the name and address of each member. And also, the other benefit of having this registration, it will allow us to keep one or more books of account and shall cause to be entered therein in details of all monies received and payments by the societies. Also, the registration will also ensure and allow us to do partnerships with other government entities. And for information, this has been something which has been holding us back to do partnerships with embassies, because whenever you want to do partnership, the first question they ask is about a registration certificate of the association. And with the registration, it will make us to run this association smoothly, as it has been a challenge of resources. Actually, if you ask for the previous regimes who have operated without a certificate, they can tell you that they have been operating in a very weird way, in short of resources, and with the certificate, we'll be able to enter into partnerships. Then, the other thing, also the registration also, it will help us to guard the name that we will have registered. That will be a constant name. It cannot be changed or done any amendments. And the other thing is on it will guard on it will also ensure that the society does not become a branch or affiliated to or connected with another organization or group of political nature. This certificate will also guide us on avoiding all political organizations. As you have seen, while presenting the Constitution, it has been stated that this will be a non-political organization and a non-profit making organization, right? And last but not least, what I can answer your question. Yeah, I think I have answered your question, Sarah. And in any case, you might have another question you can ask. Yes, Sarah. Nimeona mkono yako.
So thank you for the response. So maybe I was like, ni kama nilikuwa nataka kuuliza mostly in case for the future, does you register, does it give a guarantee to MUSA that itakuwa secure in case upate there will be any other kind of like misunderstanding na muende kukue kuna some sort of case that needs justice to be done? Can you stand and maybe mseme that MUSA was made of comrades and for comrades? Ama itakuwa ni personal levels, like, you know, I'm the chairperson, you know, maybe ndo na lead Kibwezi East kwa Kibwezi West, ama itabaki for comrades and of comrades peke yao? Because the same thing ndo tunaona saa it is happening. Kuna those nini za kuna like, you know, you are the president but I'm the mimi ni member of the assembly and stuff and things. Due to maybe kama you unasema that there'll be that partnership, I think your partnership like or that much slowly, it can also lead to that kind of fighting for powers and stuff, because like just take for instance any kind of organization in an international partnership na MUSA. So you know that there's that kind of benefit that, you know, ukienda kwa hiyo MUSA ukue kiongozi hapo, you go and meet those big organization, you're going to have those networking and connection, so kutakuwa na that fight for power and stuff. Sasa mkiregister, will it guarantee us that in the future we as comrades, we can say that MUSA was made of comrades and for comrades, ibaki tu hivyo without any kind of personal fighting and that they are happening at the current, like, you know, those leaders were the hizo za constituencies na our president and the hao wengine wakubwa. Yeah.
Okay, if I understood your question rightly, one thing about this certificate, once it comes, it will safeguard first this association. It is meant for the comrades. Even after our regime is done, the certificate will also be passed to the other regimes to come. After we are done with our tenure, it will be passed to the next regime. So it is entirely for comrades. And the other thing, you've talked about powers. Obviously, it is normal for people to fight for powers, but it is one of the things that I'm sure once you see people fighting for something, then there must be progress. And once I see people fighting for powers in MUSA, I usually say that we are growing. So things to do with fighting for powers, it is a normal thing. But what matters is the direction that we are heading to. Because if registration is a bad thing, then we could have stopped. But there are more benefits that can come to comrades with the certificate. That is what we are focusing on, and even for the other regimes to come. That is where we are basing our focus on, so that we may not operate like the other regimes. That is where we'll be a very outstanding team, actually. And then the other thing, things to do with powers also, that is constituency level leadership and the executive. That is something I've seen it, and it has been there even before. But what we usually have, and what you can witness with the fights that you've said, I would term it as personal issues, because if registration or having anything to do with MUSA account or anything, having a guiding staff for MUSA, then I do not see anything bad with it. And even yourself, you can bear witness that having a certificate and having a legalizing association to be known by the government, it is not a bad thing, unless someone decides to be an enemy of progress. So with that, I think, okay, let me just pick one. Madendu, your hand is up. Madendu, okay, given that you had talked before, I'll just keep him and allow the chairman to proceed to the next agenda of the meeting. Thank you. Okay, Adobe something. Adobe, please, before I close this chapter. Okay, thank you. Madendu Junior. Okay, Chairman, I think you can pick up from there. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, was on another call. Please, what is my question?
Your hand is up.
Oh, no.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Secretary General. And thank you so much, everyone who has contributed to the MUSA registration. But just to add, is that Mason, there is something you didn't present, and I was expecting you to present. But
Which one?
just for the sake of information, let me just state it. For you to be a registered association, first you must have a physical office, and you must be allocated that physical office so that you can be traced if in case of any need. Secondly, you should be allocated a physical address that a letter can be written to and you collect. All those allocations were made to MUSA, and MUSA was allocated an office within Water along Equity Road, Soy Plaza. Then it was also given a physical address, that is Makueni 86, PO Box, that is 86. So that is part of the registration process. Then the other thing is the advantages of registering the association. First is that it will safeguard the students so much that it will enable smooth transition of all the leaders, because some of the power wrangles we have been witnessing, including the ones we are witnessing right now, we are witnessing them just because we are not registered, and there is no court of law that can listen to any of us because we are not known anywhere. That means you can be dismissed from any office. So with a legal identification, then you can take a legal action towards any leader who misbehaves as a comrade. You can take a legal action against yourselves as leaders, and somebody gets charged, because the constitution is very clear, and also the guiding rules and regulations are very clear. So all these that we promised and we are doing is all for the interest of comrades. And I want to assure you, immediately after our regime, you will never witness another power wrangle, because that is one of the things we are addressing through registering MUSA. And that one is something that you can bank on. Secondly, registering this association will enable us interact with the government on legal basis. We can have memorandums of understanding with the government. We can get government opportunities as an association, things to do with Uwezo Fund, things to do with Tetheka Fund in Makueni. Those things are meant for youth who are organized and registered. And that is what we are facilitating for us to be able to get those opportunities that are there for the youth to help ourselves as comrades. Because we see comrades all over here suffering from fees, suffering from lack of, what do we call it, upkeep, money. And that is something we can address. For those who are present here, in the Technical University of Kenya, where I was the president before coming to MUSA, we had something we called, what do we call it exactly? I want the exact name, but the thing came in to help students with bursaries up to a tune of 900,000. And those monies were given to the association during my time, and we distributed to students according to the order of need. On top of the same, we were able to get facilitation from the university in form of bursary that amounted to 1 million. And those things are things that can be achieved with a registered MUSA, because the government is there, and the government of the day is so willing to support the youths, but the youths are not organized. They are fighting one another. They are rising against one another. So you find it hard to even interact with them. Like what you have witnessed here, somebody lying to this congregation that there is a MUSA registered one, and that is why we are not able to use MUSA as a name. First of all, the reason we are not able to use MUSA as a name, that is Makueni University Student Association, one is that it is conflicting the government parastatus. What if the government establishes a university in Makueni? What will be the association's name of that university? So that is conflicting the government parastatus and the government operations. Secondly, having MUSA, it will limit our membership, because our constitution is very clear. So we were advised. In fact, we were advised. It is not that the name was not available. The name was available, but it was contradicting with the government. It was contradicting with our membership. It was also contradicting with our vision and mission. So we needed something that can unite all of us and have all of us under one umbrella. Therefore, the name was not granted, and it was not granted on those grounds. I think that is more clearer for those who are still hanging and wanted some clarification. On to our next agenda, that is MUSA account, yeah, MUSA account and resources, because that is one of the things that the current regime is working towards protecting and taking care of those things that comrades trusted us with. And we don't have any room to squander, misappropriate, or mismanage those resources. I will request, if Diana is in the meeting, the acting finance director upon graduation of the former finance director. Diana Diwani, are you within the meeting? Because she's the one who is supposed to update us on the same. But just for a matter of record, is that we had a meeting, and that's why our meeting was not able to begin at 5:30. As a leadership, we had a meeting prior to this meeting. So that we do not get disjointed information to comrades. So maybe because Diana Diwani is at Makueni, which she might be experiencing some network and instability, I will take you through this because it was highlighted in our previous meeting as a leadership. MUSA account needed to be there first for accountability and transparency of MUSA funds. To begin with, the association has conducted several activities since we got in power, and those activities had some objectives and goals. One of the goals was to raise some substantive resource for MUSA to be able to be kickstarted and at least be kept moving. And we managed to get some resources which we, with our regulations of the assembly, that is, for whatever monies come to the association, it will never matter what activity is being acted by the money or being solved by the money. A third of those monies will be saved in the MUSA account for continuity of the association. And that is also to support our youth on the same breath. So we went to the National Assembly, we went to the Senate, and in those meetings with leaders, we met with our senator, we met with our MPs, and from those meetings, we were able to raise substantive monies, which a third of the monies was to come to the MUSA account or savings to say, and we managed to get 21,000. So you can calculate if that is a third of the money, how much was 3/3 or 1? How much was 1 in probability? For those who are good in mathematics, can get that one very right. So we managed to get 21,000 as a savings, which in turn we have utilized so far with the agreement of the association, 5,300 to register the association as shared earlier by the Secretary General. The receipt that you saw is, and also it is in our public groups, the receipt is for payment of a registration of an association, which a name search and reservation before even you launch exemption or inclusion for registration. So subtracting 5,300 from 21,000, you get 15,700. Those are the monies that we deposited in the MUSA account that was created between the signatories of the MUSA account, that is the president, the secretary, and the finance director. For this matter, the acting finance director upon graduation of the former finance director. So the account, first of all, just to clear the air, it is not a junior account, as many have alluded to. The account is a joint account because then we were not registered as an association, and we needed some transparency and some trust to be reinstated to MUSA, because many of the enemies of progress have been running with the idea of pesa imekulwa. The problem was imekulwa na nani? And that is what we addressed through having a MUSA account that we can have accountability, that Peter Money cannot withdraw money from it as a president without the approval of the SecGen and the finance director. The same to those other two signatories. And therefore, you can be assured that you can question any of the three signatories now and going forward together with the assembly, because we will only approve withdrawals from the account upon agreement of the assembly and the executive. So that is to say that at least right now, MUSA is secured and free from misappropriation or embezzlement of funds. Secondly, MUSA account will facilitate us, because when we meet with these associations which come in, or organizations which want to support MUSA in form of partnership, collaboration, or donation or grants, they cannot deposit those monies in a personal account. They need an association account or a joint account for the association signatories, so that they can be assured of the proper appropriation of those monies and usage of the resources that might be pumped in any form, in grants, donations, and partnerships. So that is whatever that the account solved, and that is whatever that is that was deposited in the account. But on top of the same, upon launching the association account, that was on Friday, members of goodwill from the membership of MUSA and alumni and members of goodwill from the society came on board and said, we need to just motivate this young association to at least show them they have their responsibility to take care of themselves, and they can be trusted if they get organized. And many of them sent monies to that account that is supposed to be updated by finance director. But what I can remember is that I was compelled as the president to contribute 1,000 to the account in form of a registration for my name and legal recognition in the association. Secretary General was also compelled to send 1,000, and also the finance director, the acting finance director, that is Diana, was also compelled to send 1,000. And there was a very good alumni I have loved to work with for the longest, because the love for the youth is live in his heart and mind, and also it can be tracked in the bloodstream of whatever he has done since he came to the limelight. And that is none other than Brian Kisia, who is our alumni, and by extension also our member, because he is still a student, and I am humbled and honored to have him present in this meeting. He sent us without being compelled. Now I told you that I was compelled, the SecGen was compelled, the treasurer was compelled, but Brian Kisia supported us with 5,000 by sending it to the account. So I am now assured that the association has more than 21,000 in the account, but that is subject to confirmation from the finance director once she gets a stable network and she feels well. The last time we talked, she was not feeling well. So having said that, can I take a question or 2 or 3, maximum of 4, please? Burning question on MUSA account and resources. Just raise up your hand. I will not take questions from people who are just talking from all over. Raise up your hand if you have a question surrounding MUSA account and resources. In 3, 2, 1. Wow, that's amazing. That means I have done a great job in representing whatever the finance director should have done for us but now in the courtesy of her having presented previously, just a few hours from now, just a few hours ago in a meeting. Somebody to confirm that we are now done with the MUSA account and resources, MUSA registration, and now we are going to MUSA constitution, which is our last agenda before we go to A or B or any other business. Oh no, there is another agenda which I will want to bring it in between the MUSA account and the MUSA constitution. That is separation of powers in MUSA. I might not be able to distinguish or disambiguate the question from whatever is captured in the constitution, but what I would like to say is that the constitution is very clear on the separation of powers and the roles and responsibilities of every member, every leader, and every alumni. So we, having said that, now, because we have said so many things that could have answered that question, which was asked by Sarah Mbeneka. And just to avoid doubt, Sarah Mbeneka, if you can hear me, please, you can now restructure your question or just ask directly whatever was burning at that time. Sarah Mbeneka?
Okay, thank you. So my question about the separation of powers in MUSA was just simple, like, you know, in the association, we are having the different levels of leadership. You have the chairperson, as you are now, you are the current president of MUSA. We have the SecGen. We have the members of the assembly, which are from the different constitution. I call them constituencies, whatever, yeah. So like, unapata kama sai kuna these rangos that.
Sorry, we call them chapters.
Yeah, those chapters now. So like unapata sahi kuna this kind of confusion whereby unapata like I don't know why it happened, lakini tunaelewa according to what we have just talked, like kumekuwa na hizo disagreements and stuff and hizo code wars zimekuwa zikiendelea. That's unapata kuna hiyo shida, unapata like in Kibwezi nimeona tu kuna like the admins, they are not even working, hawako kwa the group and stuff. So like how can you help solve that? Is it possible mtutengenezee tu ikuwe back to the normal system? Na kama the leaders are not willing, hapo tutaelewa, tukiona in public that our leaders hawako willing to serve, then we can now like ikuwe tu kuna that transparency in leadership, tuone that kama ni mambo na finance, we can question this person specifically as the venye constitution ina highlight. Kama ni mambo na maybe Kibwezi East, you want to question something, you can approach this person maybe from the chair, finance director, ama the vice chair, ama the SecGen, etc. How at least we can have that accountability in terms of the leadership, how our leaders are serving us. You kuna this kind of unapata maybe one person and hold 3 or more than one role, which is kind of inakani kama ni breach of agreement. Maybe silly, but you can clarify.
Okay. Sarah Mbeneka, you come from Kibwezi West, or which chapter do you come from?
I come from Kibwezi East by birth, but nime reside Kibwezi West more than the place I was born. So sijui.
Oh, amazing. After all, they are all Kibwezis. So you are from Kibwezi.
I'm from Kibwezi East, but I've resided at Kibwezi, so I come from Kibwezi.
Yeah, true. Thank you. That question, I think Mason, the Secretary General, wants to take it right away. Mason, you can take it right away.
Okay, thank you, Emma. And Sarah, thank you for your concern. It's worth giving attention, and a very sensitive issue about the admins enumerated about exists. For your information, following the instability that we have witnessed among some of our leaders, it came to a point, by the way, we used to be the admins in the exist, all of us. But when the instability came, some of our leaders were very unstable and they couldn't accommodate controversial views and opinions from other leaders. So it came to a point that even myself, I was dismissed as admin and moved from the group. And I come from Exist. So afterwards, I took a step again and I came back to the group and I just ensured until we have a meeting, we agree as leaders and we solve on the instability that was witnessed among the Exist leaders. I would just remain to be the admin because those who had removed me, I added them back again after I returned to the group. So it's good. I saw it a point of responsibility so that we may maintain our chapter that is Exist. Because if we continue fighting over of removing people or doing that and that, it might end up disrupting our chapter, given that it's not performing well the last previous regimes. But given that this year we have been able to do some activities in Exist, I saw it to be very proper and my responsibility to make sure that until then leaders agree and have same voice. I would just remain to be the admin. We avoid this removing and kutoa anyone when you unaona tu anaongea vibaya or someone who is not supporting. So that is it. You can also check the other chapters. I saw the other chapter, by the way. That is Makueni. You can check Mboni. You can check Kaiti. Those people, regardless of the differences, they have never interrupted their chapters. So I saw it wise so that we may at least safeguard the name of our chapter that is Exist. So that was a step that I advised the Exist leadership led by Wycliffe to call for a meeting so that we may have same voice and we have a same direction so that we may at least continue as we had as we have been operating before. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our Secretary General, John Mason. That is brilliant. And I would like to add that Sarah Beneka is so keen on how can we sort the problem, and can it be sorted. I would like to confirm to you, Sarah Beneka, that this thing will be sorted. Kitau nudu akamba idionde kitau kiingulwa na wangina muwau akathe nikenda ngusisizume papa kwendawa papoe. Now what we are doing is now scrubbing that wound that is eating MUSA, and that wound, it will not be scrubbed and everything goes as normal. We will experience some rankles here and there because some of us seem not to understand exactly what the association needs to progress. And we promised ourselves and the association during swearing in that we will sort whatever misunderstanding and misguidance that has been happening in MUSA. We also promise to bring unity in MUSA, and we will bring it no matter the cost. It will not matter the cost. We will bring it, and we will bring it for comrades. We'll bring it for comrades and for the benefit of comrades, and also progress, because we cannot have an association where members are getting registered. Then the association, when that member gets a problem or a challenge, it cannot be sorted. What a kind of an association do we have? We need an association where if a comrade is not able to raise fees, at least we can see a program where we can sort the fees, and even if it means they return, they pay back later at their convenience, the way HELP does. We can also do the same by giving grants if the association is stable and sober and progressive. I think that is all that we can put across. I can see, Sarah, your hand is still up. Could you be having a compliment or an opinion?
Yeah, so nimejibika and I'm satisfied, although ningependa tu mtu ashue at least hii mambo na kutoa tu kwa group iishe tu. Hata kama kuna those kind of, kuna mwenye ana give their vote, kuna wenye wana take it off, kuna wenye wana support, kuna wenye wanapinga, just accommodate them all. At the long last we shall be able to know mwenye akona evil ambitions, mwenye akona interests zake zenye ziko hidden, tutawajua. Juu hata kuwatoa, it will make it look like as if kuna that kind of total kind of rule of which si poa. So just accommodate them all. Mwenye akona zake, mwenye anapinga, at long last obvious tunambanga kuwa okay. I'm also a preacher, so tunambanga kuwa tuache ngano.
I have noted that one.
Yeah, so tuache tu wamee wote. At the long last, we shall be able to know that hawa watu they were just after chaos and disorders. So tuache tu hii mambo na kutuana aibambi, it is not interesting at all. Inachafua Musa.
Okay, Sarah. Sarah, I hear you so much from a genuine point of a genuine angle of view, and I wish to confirm to you that all that you wish, it will be brought, but it cannot come when we tolerate rogue leaders, rogue members, and people who are not even members, first of all, to bring this unity in MUSA. Secondly, when a robber comes to your house, do you start praying with him or her now that you are a pastor and now that you want unity in the country? Of course, no. You first of all deal with the robber, then later you can reconcile and come to God. Is it clear now?
Clear, bora tu tukue na hiyo freedom.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now to the last but not least is MUSA Constitution. Maybe because we have talked so much as leaders, can I hear some of the misconceptions and myths that you people have heard about the MUSA Constitution? Or any information that you have about the MUSA Constitution? Any misconception, myth that you might have, maybe as we breathe, so that we finalize at a very high note? Anybody?
Hello, Peter Mani, President. Sasa si pia mtuelezee hii mambo ya when a person who is in the committee amegraduate that they should be normal, yani afai kuwork tena na MUSA. Hiyo kitu hebu mtuelezee because imekuwa na a lot of issues kwa the leadership.
Okay. I think, first of all, the intention of this agenda was to discuss the Constitution at breadth, then at least understand it. And it's a good platform that we are getting, but I can see we are getting tired. So I will just request the SecGen to allow us postpone this agenda of MUSA Constitution to next Sunday and prepare a meeting to discuss just the Constitution so that members can understand and get a know-how of what the Constitution says and what the Constitution dictates, so that we do not go with half-baked information and we benefit from whatever we discuss. But just to answer the question that you have asked, is that the Constitution has so many premises that we anchor our leadership to, and we also anchor ourselves to. And secondly, the Constitution dictates on how Peter Mani as the president and any other leader should contact him or herself. By the way, for the information of the members present here, any gross misconduct, including abuse, just abusing one another, amounts to deregistration from the association, according to the Constitution. Secondly, graduation of a leader before his or her tenure ends amounts to dissolution of that office. And that means the moment you walk out of the university as a graduate, when you are an executive leader, then you cease to be a leader and you become a normal member. Now the challenge that Sarah Mbeneka has pushed you to ask this question is some of us are not ready to retire. Some of us are not ready for whatever comes and whatever the Constitution dictates. But because I had promised, and all of us promised to work and abide by the Constitution, for the sober leaders and of course the majority had to implement the Constitution. And that is what led us to where we are right now. I will give an opportunity to Onesmus Wambua if he is around. Onesmus Wambua. There's the Administrator General, if you are around. Onesmus Wambua, the Administrator General, if you are around. And if he is not around, I will request leaders present. You can raise up your hand so that I can notice you, so that I can see what role you can play in answering those. Ones Kakoi, when ndio Onesmus Wambua?
Hello.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm the one, the Administrator General.
Oh, great. I wanted to give you the opportunity to read for us, just to answer directly the question, to read for us dissolution of office premises from the Constitution.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay, as he prepares to read for us that one, can we have any other question before we go to, because after answering that question, we'll go to any other business. A question surrounding the discussed agendas. By show of hands, in 3, 2, 1. Thank you. That tells us that the questions were fully answered. Onesimus, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, read for us Article 5 of the Constitution, where it talks about dissolution of office. Just all of it.
Okay. Article 5, subsection 3, dissolution of office. It states that Article A, the executive committee or any of its members shall be removed from office through a vote of no confidence, subject to Article 4.4 raised by any member of the association during a general meeting and passed through a 2/3 majority vote. In such a case, the chairperson or the other person in chain of command shall call a special meeting in which the accused shall have a chance to be heard before the vote. The second point on dissolution of office is a member of an executive committee shall also lose his or her office once he or she immediately graduates from university or college. This point C, the clause 5.3b, that is the above point, shall not apply to the young professionals as they will serve for a 2-year renewal term. Point D, the president of the association shall have powers to dissolve chapter executive upon expiry of their term or any other raised issue by the members of the affected chapter. Thank you. That's the points on dissolution of office as per the constitution.
Thank you so much. I hope, Sarah Beneka, you are now answered.
Yes, I'm answered.
Wonderful. Just to add, for your information, there is a gross misconduct in Kibwezi East chapter leadership. I have noted, and members have presented complaints to me, and by just implementing the constitution in Article 5, subsection 3, premise D, then that chapter executive should be dissolved. But for the sake of for the sake of continuity of MUSA and the good guidance that we promise to provide, and also the love that we have for the association, we will not dissolve it, and we will seek to have a round table with the leadership and discuss what are the pending or predicaments that are impeding them to behave the way they are behaving, and not all of them, some of them. So having said that one, I will request we go to any other business, and I will take 3 or 4 any other business, anything that you wish the association should do, anything that you wish that the association can pursue, anything that you have that the association can adopt. Please, this is your time. Kevin.
So, good evening once again.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Oh, can you hear me well?
Yeah, sure.
So, mine is just not an AOB, but like of a concern to our members. Don't be misguided. Hiyo vita Peter nasema iko in K East. It is not a domestic fight, but imeletwa na outside forces. So you members, in case of anything, na uone vita tu imeanza, take a step, uliza. I can bet you ukipigia Peter money, atashika hata kama ni new number. So tusianze vita kwa chapter levels. Unauliza kitu. Then to our leaders. Tusianze kupigana, tusiagree kitu, then tunaanza kupinga our fellow leaders. If we want MUSA to go far, or else if we want to leave a mark in MUSA, we have to be united. Na kama si hivyo, hatutaenda mbele. I wish you all the best. Chenye tumesema, let's try to encourage each and every one of us, ndo tuende mbele. If I see you misbehaving, nilijiweka hiyo kitu ya in charge of discipline. And before mani ya kufikia nitakufikia. Good night. Peter, nimemaliza.
Kevin, umeanza kutisha bwana.
Hapana, some people are misbehaving bwana.
I understand that you are the Secretary General of Kaiti. Thank you. I understand that you are the Secretary General of Kaiti, but let's give at least room for our members to express themselves, even when they are wrong. And I issued a very good statement that read, and I wish to read it because it was really in my blood that at least if this meets a sober mind, then we will be able to go forward together. The statement read, I wish to read it because it's part of the AOB that I have asked, and I can see, oh, before I read that one, I will read that one as the last one. Can you lower your hand?
Oh, sawa.
Okay. Sarah Beneka, your hand is up. Any AOB?
Yeah, sasa my LB was about sasa, you know, this meeting ya today you shared the link but hamkutuambia ni app gani. For heaven's sake, unaingia kwa Play Store unapata inataka 63 MB kudownload the app. So it's
Okay.
nashukuru sana. I thank Brian Kisi and amenibaya that actually. In fact, hata kama singejoin meeting, so he's a nice guy na nimemheshimu sana. So at least next time mtuambie meeting iko kwa which app ndo tujipange mapema, ndo watu wasikuwe na that issue ya like you are joining, unaambiwa uende download the app, unapata ni 70 MB. It's just costly. Alafu the other one is about hiyo ya kwanza mshughulikia, alafu the other one ilikuwa ni about what am I forgetting? Yeah, but that was the main one. At least mtu update mapema which app you are going to be using. Alafu pia mtu promise hii mambo na tukishamaliza this meeting, hii mambo na kutana kwa group itaisha. I'm just so concerned.
Hiyo maneno itaisha Sara, but on the premise that I have explained to you previously. Because as we have agreed.
So si nilisikia mnakuanga na assembly meetings. It is also prudent mkienda kwa hizo meeting mchukue videos, mtutumie at least tuone those our members wetu wenye wanaongea sana kwa groups, what do they contribute, how do they argue, at least tuone, at least mchukuange tumiange tu kwa groups tuone that okay, this is our chair is arguing like this, na kwa assembly anaongeanga nini ama ni matusi tu, at least tukuwe na that kind of insight and stuff.
Wow, that's brilliant, and I've captured it as an A or B, by the way. And I don't know why the members
you remember
present
the
are not clapping for
hypothetical
you.
thinking I was talking about?
Talk up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sarah, for that. You can lower your hand unless there is an addition you want to do. Thank you. Oh, there was another person who had raised their hand. I wanted to call them next. But anyway, it seems he or she was answered. So, one, we promise, Sarah, that we will be recording now our assembly meetings. Okay.
Excuse Mani. Chama.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. There was a raised hand from Adobe. Ameregesha chini.
Yeah, I noticed. Adobe, can you speak?
Yeah. So the president, the executive, and members, good evening.
Good evening to you too.
Good evening.
So the one on sensitization that next time, because if you look at the number of attendees for the presenters, we are very few. Regarding the number that MUSA is around 2,000, so we are around 0.5% attendance. So the status quo is too low. Again, another concern I had, although the president clarified on it, he said that upon his tenure comes to an end, there will be a smooth transition and the certificate will be available to the next office. Because I've had, it's like when a tenure comes to an end, they usually go with the certificate and then you have to find another name of the association. But the president clarified that. So next time, please, because I've heard that on Sunday we'll be having another meeting, can you do at least a bit of sensitization that at least we have a good number during the meeting. It has been a very productive one, a very good one. So, and also, can we start it early so that maybe those who are struggling with the data can join at around 7, because tukianza 7 then, and you know, the us Africans, then others start joining at 7:30, we'll be late. So can we have it at 5 so that maybe we can be aiming to attain the target, the status quo at around 6. So thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is brilliant from Adobe. And I wish to reinstate that there will be a smooth transition and that certificate will be handed over. Whatever has been happening is just conmanship. And you have heard from one of those people who are accused. There has never been a certificate. So let's leave these rumors of watu wanakimbia na certificate, watu wanakataa na nini. It has been because we do not have a legal recognition. I am telling you, when I will graduate, I will make sure that this association is respected. And I will take any legal action. And that's why I'm registering it. I will take any legal action against any member or any leader who will misbehave. Because this is a pride of Makueni. How can we now bring down our pride? Thank you. I had promised to read something. I had promised to
Before
read
Mani
something.
read it.
Yes.
I came across something in my diary. It goes like this. It was a wise saying by Margaret Mead. She said that never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, concerned citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. So, to our members and leaders, never doubt your thoughts for this society. Never doubt your actions or any contributions to make towards the betterment and greatness of MUSA. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Pray for us today.
Thank you. Thank you. You want to pray for us when we will be concluding?
No, you.
You want me to pray for you?
Mike.
For you.
You pray for us.
Can pray. I think Sir Mike will pray because I have been a very powerful pastor, and when I pray, some of those people who are in the attempt of finishing MUSA might die.
No, Sir Mike, Sir Mike was beaten there behind.
And Sir Mike was beaten.
Sir Mike was
I'm trying to get the message. I'm trying to get the message that I am supposed to read for you. And yeah, it is here. No, let me just get it. Some few minutes, we are concluding this meeting. I can see there's nobody who is. Sir Mike, I can see you are back. You were to greet us and tell us something. As I look for this thing, can you greet us and tell us something? You are a very senior person of this association, and I had given you an opportunity to at least take lead in uniting the association and telling it the direction.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry that I joined this. Yes, thank you. Kuna watu hapa walimesikia wakisema niombe. I'm usually a pastor but today nimepigisha kwaya sauti imepotea. But maombi bado tunaweza piga. So I was saying Sir Mike Ndisia. I joined this meeting among the first people, but unfortunately I had some engagement. Unlike wengine nimeona wakileta assumptions, I'm under medication, so nilikuwa naenda kunywa dawa nitulie, ikunywe mwili then nirudi. That's why I took a break, nikatoka, but I'm now back. It's good that you people are taking initiative to unite comrades, and you are the members wakati mliona link mliamua kujoin. It's good. Now it's a time for, ni wakati wa kusimama na ukweli, ni wakati wa kusimama na the side that you decided to take, na ni wakati wa kufanya hii kikundi ikuwe na msimamo. And I would say the founders Kenya walifanya tu ni kuleta the association. The first generation yenye ilikuwa tu ni kusambaza, ni kushikilia ndio ipatie the next generation. Hiyo yenye ilikuja ikashikilia ikapatia the next generation. Now your generation is nayo kushikilia hii kitu mpaka ikuwe strong, ifike mahali hata nyinyi you hand over and you come back to this our side. All said and done, there is a lot that has been said, maybe from, because we have two factions that maybe are warring. But I've seen a guy here called Madendo. Madendo will tell you that hii sarakasi haijaanza sahii, ilianza kitambo, na ni sarakasi inakujanga na inaisha a natural death, na hata ya sahii itaisha. The best is to remain united, is to remain focused, and above all to understand we are here for a mission. Hii kikundi, the reason hata watu wanaipigania ni because they know iko na mazuri inakuja na inajenga watu, na ni vizuri imefika mahali imefika. Kevo Kevo, sikiza mkutano. Yes, so sorry that I came late, but I just want to say asanteni sana that you people mmeshikilia kikundi. Shikilieni hapo, you have our support, na where we can advise, where we can give support, we'll always give. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much, Sir Mike. I've gotten the message that I wanted to read before we get a prayer from a volunteer. Because I've seen we have so many pastors around and believers. This is a message that I shared to almost all the groups that I am in when the crisis was on. And just to confirm to you that I meant it, I just want to read it now aloud for the members present. But before I read, please, can you help us tell other members who are not in this meeting? I know they have been inconvenienced by the channel we have used to host the meeting. But this channel, as we were beginning, I told you that it is the best because it will host up to 1,000 members. The others are hosting up to a maximum of 150. So this is the best. So from today onwards, this will be the platform we will be hosting our meetings for convenience, just for convenience and order. The way you have seen, our meeting has been orderly. So help our other members to download whenever they get any available data that they can use to utilize it to get Microsoft Word, Microsoft Teams account that can be used to join this meeting. Now, let me read just right away the message. The message read to leaders and comrades, requesting them to allow me just pen some thoughts down. And the thoughts were, let's continue soberly engaging our fellow leaders, even when they get abusive. I hope you have taken note of that. One day, one time, it will pay. I know of great moves and opportunities that will save this association from the cartels we all want us to operate outside MUSA Constitution. We will not turn back, and this is my word and the word of all the leaders that we have been working with. We are not turning back together with other leaders, and it's a shame that 1 year is gone since we got to office, and still the association is not registered. Still, the association does not have a mere bank account. Still, the association does not have patrons. Still, the association has not served comrades at their needs. The association has not been able to have a physical office just because of our lazy leaders who want us to discuss about power from day one up to the last day or the end of 2 years term that we were given by comrades. I confirmed and I clamored that enough is enough. We are crossing the river. It doesn't matter how many crocodiles are in the river or hippos. We are many. They will eat enough, but enough will get to the promised land. Nikawaambia fungeni mshipi, mukae ngangari, as we as the captains are steadfast. And there is a famous quote that goes in Kiswahili, ubora wa nahodha hujitokeza wakati wa mawimbi. Wakati ni sasa, wakati wa mawimbi. I implore all of you to open your eyes wide and see the promised land. The tides are serious, a clear indication that the land is near. Thank you so much. Can we get a prayer?
Manny, I've noticed something.
Yes.
There are some members who are in the meeting, we have not heard their voices, and they seem there are only around 3 of them.
Oh. Mention them.
Yeah, I
so
can
that we can
see
help them.
Bramwell.
Okay. Just one by one. Bramwell, you can greet us.
And don't run away.
Yeah, so I've been here. Mnanisikia kwanza?
Yes.
Tunakupata vizuri sana.
So, I've been here since the start of the meeting. I've listened. I've had some issues to be handled, like na clause ilimpita ya hiyo ya kudissolve sijui ni Kibwezi East ama ni West. Hiyo clause ilimpita. Kindly, Mr. President, can you repeat on that point? Nimepata clarifications za some myths and misconceptions nilikuwa nimesikia hapa nje kidogo hapa na pale. So naona we are moving. So let's keep the track. Tusipoteze mwendo tukiwa tunaona the promised land. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bramwell. That is brilliant. And just to take your question straight, I will request you to just ask any leader of your choice who you can access from your chapter to send you the constitution and read article 5.3 premise D. It says that in a paraphrase that the president can dissolve any chapter leadership upon presentation of complaints from the membership. And that is the premise that I was anchoring my argument, but I also restrained myself by saying that we love MUSA and we love the leaders who are there. Only that few are misbehaving, and we will not dissolve a chapter because of 2 or 3 people. The majority are right and the majority are sober. We will not dissolve it. Rather, we will have a talk around table where we will discuss and get a solution. If we do not get a solution, we dissolve the offices, the specific offices, the specific offices which office bearers are rogue, who cannot listen, who cannot argue, and who cannot propel the association forward. That was my shot. Bramwell.
Yeah, thank you for the clarification. I personally am from Kilome constituency, which I understand we call them chapters. And personally, the person who is leading the constituency does not seem to be very friendly to me. I've been out of the group for like some days juu ya nilimuaddress like a comrade juu nilikuwa nimesikia vilio za my fellow comrades. Personally, I don't need any personal financial aid from anyone to take my studies, but I have friends who need that kind of money to help them in their higher institution learning nini. So like walikuwa wananiambia huyu jamaa hakuna kitu anafanya, he has been there. Tukiongea tu, ukiongea tu kwa group unatolewa hapo, ukijaribu kumquestion, like I think you need to address on that man to whoever he is, if he is a she or a he. Juu hata mimi simjui vizuri, nili have the chance kumtext nikamwambia nirudishe kwa group na inakaa ni kama anataka ni kama nimbembeleze. Like I'm one man with principle and I don't like begging. Na kama najua it's my right, I won't beg. So like, can you try to address that, Mr. President? Back to you.
Thank you so much, Bramwell. That is well noted. In fact, I have captured your name, your chapter, and the concern. That is, you were removed from the platform. because of addressing some few concerns that you had from yourself and from leaders, from members of the chapter. That is well noted, and it will be acted upon. That is well noted, and it will be acted upon. So, leave it to us. Bramwell, leave it to us. Kevin, can you hear us? Kevin, is there anybody who can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I think it's Kevin who is having some challenges of network. Therefore, we will just proceed. Kevin akipata network arudi. So, I was to give another opportunity to Eric Musau. I have not heard from you, and Jemima. Eric Musau and Jemima in that order. Eric Musau in 3, 2, 1. Jemima. Jemima, can you just greet us and tell us a word? Jemima in 3, 2, 1. Jemima is not there. Okay. I hope all who are here have talked, and if there is no one, there's someone who has not talked, then you can raise up your hand. We give you an opportunity. In 3, 2, 1. Thank you. We can get a prayer. Oh, Mason. Mason, your hand is up. I'm sorry. I was so much into the attendees. Secretary General, your hand is up. I cannot hear you.
I was trying to talk about Bromwell from Kilome. That is. Yeah,
Bwana, karibia hiyo microphone, karibia hiyo simu, karibia hiyo PC.
Wait, I'm saying,
yeah,
I'm trying to capture what Bromwell, that guy from Kilome, was saying.
Oh, he was saying, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
He was saying that there has been a general concern of Kilome leadership that they are not welcoming comrades, and they are not resilient with comrades. And whenever they are questioned on matters that the comrades elected them on, they just remove them from the group. And Bramwell is a culprit who stands not to benefit anything, but representing the voices of the comrades who have been silent in the group. And they have been talking in his inbox or talking to him, but when he presented it, he was removed. That was the concern. And I think it was surrounding bursaries.
Oh, okay. So. And I think that is the same chapter. We got complaints about that leadership. And some we should are responsible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've promised him that we will work on it.
Okay.
It needs to be handled meticulously.
Okay.
We will work on it.
So
yeah, so mi nilikuwa na second Bramwell at least hata nyinyi mkampenie for the voice of sisi sasa wenye wanakuwa governed, mwombe the leaders that pia sisi tuko na sauti, but in fact sisi ndo tuko na sauti ile kubwa. Just tell them that fact that we can talk and raise our own pleas and anything that we need to be sorted by you leaders. Mnafaa mtusikize under any circumstance.
Absolutely. And thank you for that. Bramwell? Okay. I think
mine was just
yes.
Mine was just a small concern with the name you referred to me as a culprit. I think I don't know how to explain myself.
Oh,
but,
sorry. I was to say a victim. Sorry.
Yeah, more of a victim than of a culprit.
Mani thought was talking to me.
I am sorry for that, Bramwell. I was to just say you are a victim of the misconduct.
Yeah, that's better now.
Okay, thank you. Let's get somebody pray for us so that we disengage from this meeting. A volunteer, just raise up your hand and pray for us. A volunteer to pray for us. Okay, Sarah.
Sarah Benega. And you remember Sir Mike?
Samaki tutamwombea sana. Huyo kijana amepigwa vita kali leo. So
Mgonjwa.
quick recovery, Samaki. Let us pray together. Our dear everlasting Father, we thank you, Lord, for this far. We thank you for the meeting, Father. We thank you for the gift of life, and thank you for everything, Father. We honor your name, we praise you, and lift up. There is no one like you, Father. I pray, Father, that you may bless everyone who was in this meeting, Father, that we may open up our minds, Father, to think what is right and what is correct, Father, and to abandon what is not beneficial to our lives and to the association MUSA, which was created to benefit the students, dear Lord Almighty. Bless our leaders, Father, with wisdom, knowledge, and ability to differentiate between what is good and what is bad. Also help those who are in darkness, Father, who are lacking knowledge in what is right, Father. Just intervene, Father, and give them the ability to reason, Father, and to realize what they're supposed to do, Father, to bring about unity and harmony within MUSA, dear Lord Almighty. Also, we pray that you may open doors, Father, for the association, Father, for the sake of the financing, Father, that you may create more doors and opportunities, Father, for the benefit of the Makueni Comrades, dear Lord Almighty. Bless us, Father. We pray for unity. We pray for peace. We pray for harmony. We pray for leaders who have a sober mind, who are peace-oriented, Father, for the sake of MUSA. Dear Lord Almighty, protect us as we depart from this meeting, Father, as we come to an end, Father. May your peace abide with us, Father, from now and forevermore. In the name of God, I do pray, trusting and believing. Amen.
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 Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And take note that we will be using Microsoft Teams going forward.
Yeah, thank you.
You can leave at your own pleasure. You can discuss anything at your own pleasure now.
Yeah, my sorry to Sir Mike. Sir Mike.
Sir Mike bwana.
May the Lord comfort you.
Hey, you're playing. Peter Mani ninekolobia. Atumia.